Hello, and welcome back to Daily English Talk.
Hi, everyone. We are so happy you are here with us today,
We are Emma and Harry.
and we'll help you practice English through real life conversations.
And today's topic is would, a small word that helps you sound polite, talk about dreams, and remember old memories.
So let's get started with would in real life English.
This cafe is the perfect place to talk about wood, don't you think?
Definitely. It feels calm, but you can still hear a little life in the background.
How has your day been so far, Harry?
Pretty good, actually. I woke up early, went for a walk, and now I'm really happy to be here.
Same. I was thinking on the way here, I would love a quiet hour just to talk and drink coffee.
And here we are. By the way, would you pass me the menu, please?
See, we already used would in a real sentence. Would you pass me the menu?
Exactly. It sounds polite, soft, and natural.
How about you watching this video? How has your day been so far?
Maybe it's been busy, maybe it's been slow, maybe a little stressful.
Whatever your day is like, we would love to spend this time with you.
And we'll show you how would can help you talk about your real life in English.
So, shall we order our coffee and dive into wood?
Yes, let's do it. I would like a cappuccino, please.
Nice example again. I would like. We'll talk about that more in a second.
Let's start with how we use would to invite people and offer things politely.
In daily life, we often invite people to do something, right?
Yes, like having coffee, going for a walk, or joining a lesson like this one.
In English, a very natural way to invite is, would you like?
For example, would you like a coffee? Or would you like to sit here?
It feels softer than do you want coffee?
Do you want coffee isn't wrong, but it sounds more direct.
Exactly. Would you like is like a friendly, gentle hand.
So, Emma, would you like some sugar in your coffee?
No, thank you. I'm good. But I love how that sounds. Would you like some sugar?
Let's try a few more examples.
Would you like to join us for the rest of this lesson?
Would you like to practice out loud with us while you listen?
You can repeat with us. Would you like a cup of tea?
Or would you like to watch a movie tonight?
We also use would you like in more formal situations.
For example, at a restaurant, would you like to see the dessert menu?
Or at a hotel, would you like a late checkout?
Parents can use it with children too. Would you like to read a story before bed?
It's nice because it gives the other person a choice.
Yes, it's not pushing them, it's opening a door.
Let's talk to our viewers for a moment.
Sure.
If we were sitting with you at this cafe, we might say, would you like to tell us about your day in English?
Or would you like to share one thing you would love to do this year?
We can also use I would like to talk about what we want in a polite way.
For example, I would like a cappuccino, or I would like to improve my English this year.
How does I would like feel to you, Harry?
It feels calm and clear. It's not too strong, not too weak.
Same. It's perfect when you're talking to someone you don't know very well.
Or when you want to sound respectful, like with a teacher, waiter, or colleague.
So if you're watching this, you can say, I would like to feel more confident in English.
Or I would like to speak about my feelings more naturally.
That's a great one for this channel.
Definitely. All right, now let's move to another very useful pattern. Would you mind?
This one is powerful. Would you mind?
We use it when we want to ask someone to do something in a very polite way.
For example, would you mind closing the window?
Or, would you mind speaking a little more slowly?
It's softer than close the window, or even can you close the window?
Yes, would you mind shows respect for the other person's comfort.
Let's imagine we're in a crowded cafe and it's a bit noisy.
I might say, Emma, would you mind moving to that quieter table?
And I could answer, no, not at all. Let's go.
That's an important point.
When someone asks, would you mind, a natural yes answer is no, I don't mind, or not at all.
Right, because they're asking, would it bother you? And you say, no, it wouldn't bother me.
Let's give a few more real-life examples.
Would you mind turning the music down a little?
Would you mind if I open the window?
Would you mind helping me with this email?
You can feel how gentle it sounds.
It's great for work, for school, or even at home if you want to keep the mood calm.
We can also say, would it be okay if?
For example, would it be okay if I call you later?
Or, would it be okay if I sit here?
These phrases help you sound kind and respectful in English.
Maybe in your language you have a similar polite form.
Exactly. Would you mind and would it be okay if are like that polite layer in English.
If you're watching this, you can try saying, would you mind pausing the video so I can repeat the sentences?
Or, would it be okay if I write my answers in the comments?
We would be very happy if you did that.
We really would.
Now that we've seen would for offers and requests, let's move to another nice use, talking about what we'd like, love, or prefer.
Yes, I'd love to, I'd rather, I'd prefer, all with would.
Sometimes would is like a soft light on what we want.
Not I want, but I would love to or I'd rather.
For example, I'd love to travel more this year.
Or I'd love to have more quiet mornings like this.
How about you, Harry? What's something you'd love to do this year?
I'd love to take a long weekend with no phone, no email, just books and nature.
That sounds amazing. I'd love to sleep earlier and wake up with more energy.
Nice. So I'd love to is a great way to share dreams and wishes.
What about I'd rather?
I'd rather means I prefer this, not that.
For example, I'd rather have tea than coffee in the evening.
Or I'd rather stay home tonight than go to a big party.
We use it a lot in daily life.
Yes. Would you rather walk or take a taxi?
I'd rather walk. The weather's nice.
We can also say I'd prefer,
Like, I'd prefer a window seat, please.
or I'd prefer to work in the morning, not at night.
These little would phrases help you be clear and polite at the same time.
And they're great for boundaries too.
Yes. For example, I'd rather not talk about work right now.
Or I'd rather not stay out too late tonight.
It's not aggressive, but it still protects your energy.
Exactly. And you watching this, what's something you'd love to do this month?
You can think, I'd love to, and finish the sentence in your mind.
Or whisper it out loud even if it feels a bit shy.
And what's something you'd rather not do this week?
Maybe I'd rather not check my phone first thing in the morning.
Or I'd rather not say yes to every request at work.
These sentences can be small steps in a kinder direction for yourself.
Now, let's move to one of the most famous uses of would, talking about imaginary or unreal situations.
Yes, the if I had, I would stories, the dream part.
We all like to imagine, what if?
Yes. What would you do if is a question we ask friends all the time.
In English, we usually use if plus past, would plus verb for these imaginary situations.
For example, if I had more free time, I would learn another language.
Or, if I lived near the sea, I would go for a walk on the beach every evening.
Let's play a little game.
Okay, Harry, if you could have one extra day each week, what would you do?
If I had one extra day each week, I would spend it offline, reading, walking, and cooking.
That sounds so peaceful.
How about you? If you could travel anywhere next month, where would you go?
If I could travel anywhere next month, I would go to a quiet town with good coffee and beautiful streets to walk in.
Nice. Maybe some of our viewers would choose their dream country too.
You can practice with us.
If I had more energy, I would.
If I didn't have to worry about money, I would.
If I could change one thing in my daily routine, I would.
These sentences help you talk about your dreams and your ideal life.
And they also show what's important to you.
For example, if I didn't have to work so much, I would spend more time with my family.
That sentence tells us that family is very important.
Or, if I lived in another country, I would practice English every day.
That shows a strong wish to grow.
You can also ask questions with would.
For example, would you move to another country if you had the chance?
Or, would you change your job if you could?
These questions can open deep conversations.
We also use what would you do if a lot.
What would you do if you forgot your phone at home for a whole day?
I would feel strange at first, but I think I would enjoy the quiet.
Same here. I would probably notice more small things around me.
So, if you're watching, you can ask yourself, what would I do if today was completely free?
And then maybe you would find one small thing you can already do now.
That's nice. Using imaginary sentences to make little real changes.
Now, let's go back in time a bit and see how would talks about the past.
Would isn't only about the future or imagination.
We also use it to talk about habits in the past.
For example, when I was a child, my family would eat dinner together every night.
Or every summer, we would visit my grandparents in the countryside.
It's similar to used to, but would feels more like a story.
Yes, it paints a picture of repeated actions in the past.
Let's share some memories.
Okay, when I was a kid, my friends and I would play outside until it got dark.
That's nice. When I was in school, I would listen to music while I studied.
On Sunday mornings, my parents would make pancakes and we would eat together for a long time.
In the winter, my family would sit around the heater and tell stories.
When I first started learning English, I would write new words in a notebook every day.
That's a good habit. Do you still do that?
Not in a notebook, but now I would add new words to a note on my phone.
That's very modern.
You, watching this, when you were younger, what would you do after school?
Would you play with friends, watch TV, read, or play games?
You can think, when I was a kid, I would, and finish the sentence.
Or, when I was in high school, I would...
These sentences are a beautiful way to reconnect with your past in English.
And they help you practice would in a very natural way.
Sometimes saying them out loud brings back warm feelings.
Yes, like opening an old photo album, but with words.
I like that. Would can hold small pieces of our history.
And also our hopes and our polite voices.
Speaking of polite voices, let's look at how would can soften opinions and disagreement.
Very useful for avoiding awkward or hard conversations. In real life, we often want to give our opinion without sounding too strong.
Would helps a lot with that.
For example, I'd say it's a bit expensive instead of it's expensive.
Or, I wouldn't call it a mistake, but we could do it differently next time.
These little would phrases are like cushions for your words.
Let's give some examples.
If a friend asks, "Do you like this idea?" you can say, "I'd say it needs a little more time."
Or, I'd say it's interesting, but we should think about the details.
When you want to disagree softly, you can say, "I wouldn't say that."
For example, I wouldn't say you're bad at English. I'd say you're still learning.
That feels much kinder than, "No, you're wrong."
We can also use would to make guesses gently.
Like, "I'd imagine you're pretty tired after that long day."
Or, I'd guess you have a lot on your plate right now.
These phrases show empathy.
Yes, they show that you're trying to understand the other person.
We also say, it would be nice if, or it would be great if.
For example, it would be nice if we could finish work a bit earlier today.
Or, it would be great if you could join us for the next lesson, too.
To comfort someone, you might say, I know it's hard now, but it will get better. It would help to take things one step at a time.
Would makes the sentence feel less heavy, more hopeful.
Exactly.
So if you're watching and you're often too hard on yourself, you can try sentences like,
I wouldn't say I'm bad at English. I'd say I'm still growing.
or I'd say I'm doing my best with what I have.
These are small language choices, but they can change how you feel.
Now, we've seen would in many situations.
Let's finish by giving our viewers some clear practice ideas they can use right after this video.
Okay, let's give you some speaking practice with would.
You can repeat after us, or pause the video and answer in your own words.
First, let's practice offers and invitations.
Repeat after us. Would you like a cup of tea?
Would you like to join us?
I would like to feel more confident in English.
Great. Now, gentle requests.
Would you mind closing the window?
Would you mind speaking a little more slowly?
Would it be okay if I call you later?
Beautiful. Now, preferences and wishes.
I'd love to visit another country this year.
I'd rather stay home tonight.
I'd prefer a quiet weekend.
Take a breath.
Let's go to imaginary situations.
If I had more free time, I would.
If I lived in another city, I would.
If I didn't feel so stressed, I would.
You can finish those sentences with your own ideas.
Now, past habits.
When I was a child, I would.
Every summer, my family would.
When I started learning English, I would.
Let whatever memories come up.
And now, soft opinions.
I'd say I'm doing my best right now.
I wouldn't say I'm fluent, but I'm improving step by step.
It would be nice to have a little more time for myself.
It would be great to practice English every day, even just 5 minutes.
Finally, let's give you 4 sentences to finish in the comments if you'd like. 1. I would love to.
2. I'd rather.
3. When I was younger, I would.
4. If I could change one thing in my life right now, I would.
You don't have to write perfect sentences. You just have to be honest. And remember, every time you use would, you're not just learning grammar.
You're learning to talk about your real dreams, memories, and wishes in English.
So, that was our conversation about would.
We talked about would for polite offers, would you like, and I would like.
We used would you mind and would it be okay if to make gentle requests.
We said I'd love to, I'd rather, and I'd prefer to show wishes and preferences.
We imagined our lives with if I would.
And we remembered old habits with when I was a child, I would.
We also used would to soften our opinions. I'd say, I wouldn't say, it would be nice if.
All of this helps you talk about your life in a kind, natural way.
For a little homework, we'd love to hear from you in the comments.
You can write these 4 sentences and finish them in your own words.
I would love to.
I'd rather.
When I was younger, I would.
If I could change one thing in my life right now, I would.
You can write in English first, and then in your own language if you like.
We really enjoy reading your stories, and it helps other learners too.
If this lesson helped you, please give the video a like.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next lessons.
You can also share this video with a friend who would love to talk about their life in English.
Thank you so much for spending your time and energy with us today.
We're Emma and Harry, and we're happy to be part of your English journey.
Take care of your mind, your body, and your heart, not just your to-do list.
We're sending you a big, calm breath wherever you are.
See you in another lesson soon. Bye for now.